Oh, good morning everybody. How is everybody today? What a fantastic day it is today. Perfect running weather. The rain is pouring. Liquid sunshine. That's all it is at the end of the day. So I've tagged today as Mental Monsters. I'm going to stand up for this one. I've got a confession to make. I'm an addict. I'm an addict to mental fitness and sport. I can't help it. I just want to do it. But often my mind plays against me to stop me doing this. So I've now been running for almost, I would say, 4 months. I got a niggle. I got up to 6 miles on the Monday, 10 miles on the Wednesday and 6 miles on the Friday because I was going back to marathon running and I was disciplining myself to do it. But unfortunately my knee started playing up again, so I got an operation on my knee. Stuart Barton organised it back in November, and so my knee started playing up again, so I stopped. And then I just couldn't get started again. Everything started to, up here, everything started to work against me. I used to give myself excuses all the time about, oh, I've got work to do and everything. My routine is all changed. I just can't afford the time to do it. You know, it's the classic example in running marathons. You've got to run 3 days a week. You've got to do it religiously in order to get that. So you've got to run on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. And I thought, I'll never fit that in. But because I kept thinking like that and I kept focusing on that and focusing on the how, I ended up putting myself off all the time because I thought I'm never going to get the time to do this and start it. So I never started. But the key is to start. You have to do something. So I have been disciplining myself though to every Wednesday I book a lane in the pool. Not my wife Elaine, well she comes with me. A lane, a swim lane. So I can swim religiously back and forward for over 2 kilometres every single Wednesday in the morning, first thing. And I stick to that regime. So I kind of thought I'm really needing to go and apply that mentality to this or I'll never start running again. I've got a lot of goals I want to achieve for this year, for next year. It really depends on my health and fitness as well. So I've committed to saying that on a Saturday morning, I'll go every Saturday morning, I'll run the 5k. Now I really wanted to run at Parkrun, but Parkrun starts at 9:30 over in St Andrews, and unfortunately I do a live broadcast at 9:30, so that's not going to be possible either. So that's what put me off that. So it's all these things that work against you up here in order to stop you doing anything. And it's the same with everything in life. You've probably got these sort of challenges where you've got things and you keep thinking, and all the mental monsters pop up in your head and you think all the reasons why you can't do it and how it's going to be difficult to do it, and then you put yourself off, so you always focus on the how. But what I started doing was focusing on the why. So I started focusing on the right, okay, I need to get fighting fit because I need to climb Elbrus next year. Now Elbrus is the highest peak, highest mountain in Europe. So it's about 5,600 or 5,800 metres high. So you need to be at your peak fitness to do this, and that's in July. And I've already committed to that. It's all been paid. We were meant to do this 2 years ago, but we're going to do it next July with mountains in mind with my friend Darren and a few other friends as well. So we're going to be climbing Elbrus. I also want to do a marathon on Everest. That was supposed to be this November. Didn't think that's going to happen because I'm not even fighting fit. But it's about keeping your goals in sand, your goals in stone and your plans in sand. Yeah, goals in stone, plans in sand. Because your goals are set in stone, it's what you want to do, but your plans will change on the way, possibly. You need to accommodate and be flexible enough to do that. I'm wiping with the sweat out of my eyes. This is perfect running wear, by the way, because it's not too hot. I mean, I sweat straight away as soon as I've run out the door. So, I've done a wee 5k this morning. It went really well. Morning, Julie. How are you? So what holds you back, Julie? You could tell us if you want to share. This is the sharing time. So the things that hold you back are the mental monsters that you create in your mind in order to stop you doing it. I mean, sometimes it's a protectionist thing. It goes on in your mind in order to protect you from being hurt because you've had this situation before and the flight or fight response comes in and you think to yourself, wait a minute, I've had this before, I knew what happened the last time. Don't do it because it's going to happen again. But you have to understand we're inherently built in with flight or fight response. So if you don't understand flight or fight, it goes back to caveman days where the guy sat in the bushes and he saw his wee antelope or whatever it was sitting out the front, and he was going, I'm going to get this. He's a hunter-gatherer and he's sitting there waiting, and his friend's sitting next to him and they're hiding in the bushes, and he hears a crack in his ear of crack, 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 the twigs behind him in the bushes. And all of a sudden, a T-Rex comes down and gobbles up his friend. And he goes, ah! And then he runs for his life. And that's the flight or fight response. Did he turn round and fight, or did he run away? Now what happens the next time in that situation is he hears that wee crack in his mind again, in that sound, and he goes, wait a minute, I knew what happened the last time. A T-Rex came down and gobbled my friend, and he runs for it, but he doesn't actually know what's going to happen. So that's flight or fight, and we are inherently programmed with that. So you have to work against that in order to break that programming and break that habit, or it will hold you back for the rest of your life. So that's flight or fight response. So be careful of that. Be careful of falling into the same routines and the same traps as you've done before. This is my psyche today. This is me thinking. So I thought, I'm going to commit. Let's go back to it. I'm going to commit to doing a Saturday morning every single week, and just small times. Just that's it. I'll stick to a Saturday morning, and that's all I'm going to commit myself to. I've got my why, Elbrus. I need to get back to triathlon again. The great thing about triathlon is you can cross train, so don't be afraid of the word. It just means you can do running, you can do swimming, or you can do cycling. So when your knee's out, as I said, my knee was out and I was concerned about getting back to running, I then took it to swim every single week. I'm 2 kilometres in the pool, and that kind of kept me up to March fit. And then I checked my watch the other night, and after 4 months I'm still running the same speed as I'd run before. I'm never back to where I was before. I mean, I was running 7-minute miles before. Now I'm still at, I'm lucky to get 10-minute miles, but I'm happy with that. That's all I want. I'm no out there to beat anybody. I do that every single day in my business. I'm a competitive person that way. I don't want to be competitive and do triathlon. I just want to compete against myself. So I compete against myself all the time in order to be better at what I did the day before, to be better at what I do today. And that's what I think is the biggest thing you have to overcome, is the mental monsters in your mind that will hold you back. Well done, Julie. You started playing football and my mind was say you can't do it because of the health issues and what people are thinking about me playing. Absolutely. That's it. When I first went out running for the very first time many years ago, I wasn't as thin, let's say, as I was. And the thing that really got to me, it was the fact that my legs looked like a pair of legs hanging out a nest, bird's legs. And I used to think like that, my legs and my belly's wobbling about and my man boobs are wobbling about. I've not got them anymore, by the way. But they were wobbling about, and what will people think? They'll see me running by when we're in their car and I'm embarrassed and all these sort of things. But really, nobody thought a damn thing. Nobody cares. Nobody's bothered. The only person that thinks about it is you. So it's the mental monsters you have to get over in your mind in order to combat, in order to move on. Do yourself a favour. Set yourself free. Set yourself free and let it go. My friend Simon Jordan talks about this. He's actually bringing out a book about this, and he talks about letting your natural path, letting your life take its natural flow and its natural path. In other words, saying yes to the universe. And I don't mean yes man as in Jim Carrey. I mean just saying yes on more opportunities where you would actually think the fight or fight comes in and your mind says, oh, but you can't do that, and you actually end up saying no. Or what you do is you don't say no at all. You just don't say anything. But effectively what you're doing is you're saying no to yourself. That's the reality. So that's another mental monster to get over. So yeah, Julie, you're absolutely right. Mindset is the key, and we'll have to tell ourselves that every single day. So when you get up in the morning, the first thing you say to yourself, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. And just say to yourself for the next 30 days. Stick to it religiously. Just write it down. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. And look at yourself in the mirror when you do it. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. And I'll guarantee you, if you do that every single day in the morning for the next 30 days, you come back to me and I defy you to tell me that you don't actually feel better for doing that. Because every day in every way, you're getting better and better. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm probably going to gate crash the live show. They don't know I'm going to do it, but I'm probably going to gate crash. Bye bye for now, guys.